I'm trying to say is, should the World Cup also bring in something like what IPL has this year?
I've always said that. That's why the IPL format I think is fantastic. You never know. In future, down the line, they might think of doing it because of exactly what you said. That can happen, but at this moment of time, we'll have to just say bad luck because it's not something you can prepare for. If nature intervenes, then tough luck.
Considering the scope that you have seen in the recent past in England, do you think that in the middle over you have to get possible strategies to move like?
Good question, because I think our mantra will be to be flexible, and be flexible according to the conditions. Because if one country in the world where the pitches might be flat, but if the overcast conditions change, then you got to be up with it, because any other country in the world, overhead conditions don't matter that much, but in England they do, and it differs from venue to venue. London, it might not make that much of a difference, but if you go up north and it does get overcast, then you'll see things happening. So you have to be ready for that, prepare for that, and be prepared to be flexible.
When you see the conditions, England-Pakistan series recently, seeing high scores being put up regularly, you're talking about your bowlers defending scores put up by a batsman,
I would think so, because if you look at, there are no new bowlers there. This is an experienced unit. These guys have been together for the last 4 or 5 years, and they're bowled as a unit together. We've accomplished what we set out to do in Test match cricket when it came to bowling as a unit, and the endeavour will be the same here in this World Cup, where each one complements each other and keeps the pressure, right through those 50 overs.
Yeah, Virat, Krishna, we talked about there was IPL UAE, so the reverses in IPL UAE. You said what I learned was actually family too much. If your family gets a job, it reflects on the players in the team. So similarly, and you said you had matured during that time. The reverses in the first part of the IPL in this season, what have you learned? And as a captain, what have you learned from this IPL?
There was a lot of so after losing 6 games, we literally came to a point where we told each other, this has not happened to anyone before. So I realized that after a certain stage, things just are not in your control. So you have to accept what is and then work things accordingly. You have to just be present in the moment and try and win every moment if possible. The more you expect things to happen, the more frustrated you can get. So that is what I experienced in the first half, and then second half was very different. Also the players got whatever. They got together nicely, and the situation was different, backs against the wall. But yeah, that is the most important thing I learned is even if you're in a situation where it's a must-win game, you can't think in your room the day before, what if we don't, or what might happen or what might not. You just have to arrive on that day and try and do your skill to the best of your potential, and that's about the only thing you can do in this sport, because as much as we don't talk about it, there's another opposition playing, and there are 11 other players who are probably more passionate than you are on that given day. So you have to accept things the way they are, and that is the biggest learning I took from this IPL.
So, Virat, you've been the captain for a long time, but what are the thoughts when you took this assignment that you in the World Cup for the board, not get straight up? So that challenge was really right towards the
Yeah, it's going to be challenging, but look, the good thing is every game has a decent gap between each other. So from that point of view, I don't think that players will be burnt out, even if we have hectic games or intense games immediately. You'll always have time to, group together, regroup, and work on the next one. So the best thing is we have 4 tough games straight up, and that will just set the tone nicely for us. Everyone has to be at their best game intensity from the first match onwards, and you don't have any room for complacency, and that's why it's the World Cup. That's why it's the most important tournament in the world, and we expect that kind of pressure from the first second of stepping onto the field. We're not even going to let ourselves think, yeah, maybe the first week onwards we'll get into it. No, you have to arrive on the day, match ready, absolutely 100% match intensity, and start from there and start building from there. And this is the challenge. If you look at all the top class clubs in the world, I would say with football, they maintain their intensity for 3-4 months in a Premier League or in the La Liga. So why not? If we get on a roll and if we maintain our consistency, then we should be able to do it for the length of the tournament.
दोस्तों आपका गेम हर सीरीज देश के लिए खेलते हैं। मोहिंदर रमन्नाथ सर का भी प्रेस मीट वाली बात उन्होंने कहा कि इस बार टीम इंडिया की वर्ल्ड कप इस बार देश के सैनिकों के लिए एक क्लियर चाहिए है। आप उनकी राय को उनकी स्कीम को किस तरीके से
देखिए, मोटिवेशन आपको बहुत सारे सोर्सेज से मिल सकती है, और जो उन्होंने एक पॉइंट मेंशन किया है वो बहुत ही उससे बड़ी मोटिवेशन मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई हो सकती है, क्योंकि आप जब इंडियन आर्मी की बात करते हैं तो जो उनका रोल है देश के लिए, और अगर आप अपने रोल को कंपेयर करें तो उसका कोई कंपैरिजन है नहीं। तो अगर आप उस मोटिवेशन के साथ जाएं कि आप उनके लिए कुछ कर सके, आई थिंक उससे आपका एक अलग ही जज्बा जो है वो निकल के आता है। तो मैं समझ सकता हूँ कि उन्होंने किस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बोला, बट वो डिपेंड करता है कि इंडिविजुअली भी लोग, कुछ हो सकता है कोई अपनी फैमिली की मोटिवेशन के लिए खेल रहा हो या कुछ भी हो सकता है किसी के लिए, बट आई थिंक उनका ओपिनियन जो है एक बहुत अच्छा ओपिनियन है, और अगर सब लोग उस चीज को दिमाग में रखें तो उससे एक और एक्स्ट्रा बूस्ट जरूर मिलेगा। No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't see it affecting the campaign in any way, or it's just what it is. We have to play good cricket. Doesn't matter if we're playing a day, night, or just day games. Eventually, you have to play good cricket to win, and that's probably the bottom line.
Question to coach: how important will be Umer's role? Also behind us comes another senior member of the team, how do you look at his role in this game?
Massive, like it's always been, and you don't need to tell him. He's someone who will be right there, doing exactly what he does. His communication with Virat has been fantastic. As a keeper, he's shown over the years that there's no one better than him in this format of the game. Not just when it comes to taking catches, but inflicting those runouts, those stumpings, those little moments in the game that can change the game on its head. There's no one better than him. And then what was great to see the way he was moving in this IPL, especially when he was batting. The footwork, the power with which he was hitting his shots. He will be a big player in this World Cup. ये वर्ल्ड कप में एक टीम का नहीं सोच सकते। अगर खेलना है तो शुरू से, जैसा विराट ने कहा, पहली बॉल से ही वो जो इंटेंसिटी की जरूरत है वो होना चाहिए। चाहे कोई भी टीम के अगेंस्ट आप खेलो, अगर वो इंटेंसिटी रहेगा तो वही सेम इंटेंसिटी रहेगा हर गेम में, तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता है कौन है ऑपोजिशन है।
नहीं, मैं यही बोलूंगा कि अभी उन्होंने सवाल पूछा कि आपको ज्यादा इमोशनल या ज्यादा जज्बाती नहीं होना है, और आप दूसरा सवाल पूछ रहे हैं कि एक टीम के लिए हम अलग तरीके से प्रिपेयर करें, तो ये काफी एक ही प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में दो कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग क्वेश्चंस हैं। तो मैं इस जवाब से स्टिक करूंगा कि आपको वर्ल्ड कप अपनी टीम की एबिलिटी के हिसाब से खेलना है। एक अलग टीम के लिए आप प्रिपेयर नहीं कर सकते हैं। बहुत सारी दुनिया में स्ट्रांग टीम है, लेकिन अगर हम सब टीमों को अलग अलग सोचने लगे कि अब इसके साथ क्या, अब इसके साथ क्या, तो फिर हम अपने कैंपेन पे फोकस नहीं कर पाएंगे। हमारा फोकस सिर्फ अपनी क्रिकेट की क्वालिटी को मेंटेन करना है और अपनी इंटेंसिटी को लेके जाना है हर मैच में, चाहे वो कोई भी ऑपोजिशन हो, उससे हमें फर्क नहीं पड़ता। थैंक यू।
लगा रखी थी मगर इसके रहेगा भाई हो बड़का लगा कितनी हो जाते फिर हाँ अब इनसे भी हो रहा है आंटी ने बहुत दिनों का बोल रखा है ना
हाँ क्या
बंद क्यों हो गया